also had it shared with me as I've been out and about with community members that we are a very, very high-performing school district. That has been an accusation that I've heard many, many times, that Brevard is a high-performing school district. Well, I run the data, and I'm going to tell you, to the accusation that we are a high-performing school district, we are absolutely guilty as charged. We are a very, very high-performing school district. We have phenomenal academic programs, etc., etc., etc. While we are a high-performing school district, I will tell you, not every child in our school district meets with the same type of academic success. So on the previous slide, you have career technical industry certifications. We lead in that area. Our graduation rates, we lead the state. Our ACT scores, this is pretty powerful. We lead the state in ACT scores, even though we're one of very few school districts that administer the ACT to all students. So some of those other school districts only administer the ACT to quote-unquote college-bound population. We do all. Another reason why you all ought to be congratulated. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, student achievement is a mixed bag, because I've also had it asserted to me as I'm listening to you all that while achievement is good for all, there are pockets of children that are not meeting with the same academic success. Here is just one example, but we can go all around academic data points and actually tell the exact same story. What you see is, remember, overall, we're a high-performing school district. But you see there at the bottom, on the left, we have 30% of our English language learner children and 30% of our African-American students who were proficient in FCAT math. That number is 67% and 55% for our Caucasian students and our Hispanic students. The strategic plan will focus on making sure, driving us towards all children succeeding at a very, very high rate. Okay? I'll repeat something I said earlier. If we can't do it here in Brevard, then it just can't be done. But I think we can do it. That's a biggie. That's a biggie. It's a lot more than is represented on the slide. I'm suggesting that we have a social, emotional, cultural equity agenda for this system called Brevard Public Schools. We're a high-performing school district. Not as high as we were, right? But we're high-performing. There are many, many school systems across the country that were once the academic gem of their region, then fell from grace, so to speak. Many, many, many districts and schools were once an academic gem, but then fell from grace. I will tell you, that fall from grace happened in large part because children became more and more diverse, and schools and or systems did not meet the diversity head on with altered policies, practices, and belief systems. Okay? We can't be that community. We're one of the best. We're going to become the best. It's been asserted that we have disparities in how children are disciplined across the system. The data you're looking at right now, you have 13-14 school year and you have 14-15 school year. It compares the percent of children enrolled in our system with the percent our children make up in the suspended population. So I'll go left to right under the 14-15 school year. You see the turquoise bar there, 53% of our student population are on free and reduced lunch, i.e. that's a proxy for living in poverty. While 71% of the students who are suspended are living in over to the right, we have 19% of our students who are students with disabilities, while 28% of our suspensions are students with disabilities. And last but not least, we have approximately 16% of our children who are African American, while African Americans make up about 32% of all of our suspensions. So if you combine these two slides, the lack of firm, fair, consistent discipline across the system, and we have not invested across the system in a prevention strategy, and you combine that with some of the disparities that exist among our student population, and oh, by the way, some of these same students who are disproportionately suspended from school are some of the same students a few slides ago who are disproportionately not acquiring the knowledge base that we are trying to deliver. Well, I will tell you, back to little Johnny, if he's not in school, his chances of learning chances of not learning get a lot greater. If he's constantly misbehaving, the chances of everyone else receiving a good education is slim to none. So of everything here, I will tell you, I am very, very connected to some sort of prevention strategy.